We're joined again by our own Chris Broussard. Chris, was this the right move by Magic?
Definitely. You could not. Spurs were asking for so much. 3 of your best young players, Kyle Kuzma, Brandon Ingram, Josh Hart. And Hart's going to be a good player for them.
Yeah.
And draft picks.
And draft picks.
And so if you get...
Well, that's what they're asking for. That's not what you have to give them.
Well, they might not have settled for anything less with the Lakers.
What did they just settle for?
They got a 4-time All-Star.
But that's in the East.
Exactly.
You got to realize the Lakers are in the West.
Exactly.
And they made it clear early on they didn't want to send him to the West.
And that's a rival, too.
Yeah.
It's not just the Western Conference team. It's the
You know how this
Lakers
thing
who
works.
you had all these battles with in the past. So
It's been a long time. Go ahead.
It's going to be even longer now.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be longer than...
Oh, you're in.
But look, if they make this trade, they get LeBron and Kawhi. And where's your depth? You're not, as good as those 2 players are, you're not beating Golden State without any depth. You need some depth.
Don't look at me. Tell him that.
I think it would have been gone. So I think they did the right thing. Now, look, the Lakers think they're getting Kawhi.
Yes.
Yes.
They think he wants to go there, and that will be a heck of a team if he does go there.
Just like Paul
Now,
George
here's the
was
thing.
coming, right?
Well, to your point, the Clippers think they're getting Kawhi. They don't think Kawhi wants to play with LeBron.
Yes,
a lot of people saying that's just smoke screens
Yep.
being put out there. And so I think next summer, it is going to be a heck of a fight. I think the Lakers get him. But it's going to be a heck of a fight between Magic Johnson and LeBron James and the logo, Jerry West. Because the logo is going after Kawhi hard. He's going after Kawhi and probably Jimmy Butler. But I think...
What about Clay?
I don't think Clay's going to leave.
You don't think so?
I think his dad would love him to be in the Miami. I think Clay wants to stay as long as they pay him something. So, yeah, I think Magic's doing the right thing because I just don't think you could decimate your team for 2 great, superb players, but you got no depth.
I totally agree. And that's what I've been saying all along. Yeah, we would love to have Kawhi. And maybe for 1 or 2 of those players, but you're not giving up all 3 and draft picks. That's asinine. And Magic Johnson made it abundantly clear. Yeah, I want to do a deal, but me being the businessman that I am, I do lots of deals. I've done lots of deals. I don't do bad deals, especially with your team, Skip Bayless, the silver and black. Yeah. So
Are they still your team?
Oh, yeah, that's still his team.
Now that we got rid of that guy.
Until they start winning 35 games
Right,
a season.
right.
Then he'll be gone. He'll be gone. Skip, this was the right move. You can't give up all these key pieces. I tell you what, ask the Brooklyn Nets how that worked out for you. When you trade all your young talent and all your picks, how did that work out for the Nets? No.
They're still suffering.
And so we'll get our guy just a year later. Does it matter? Okay, so what? I didn't get it.
So is this the kind of deal where LeBron gets a year younger? Is that how it works? I don't know. Maybe because LeBron's immortal.
You don't worry about LeBron.
He's superhuman. He's going to actually get a year younger, so he's going to go from 33 to 32 over this next year. As he waits for Kawhi, he goes back to 32.
LeBron
right?
Buttons.
I'll just dial it back.
That's what they call
Is that how he does it?
LeBron Buttons.
I don't know.
A.K.A.
I don't know.
Benjamin
You know,
Buttons.
I've never known any human who could dial it back a whole year while he waits for Kawhi Leonard. I don't know.
Watch LeBron Buttons.
Yeah. Okay.
You saw the movie, right?
I saw it.
Okay, you know what happens, right?
Yeah, I know exactly what happened.
Okay, so this is what's happening.
You are dreaming as usual. Magic made a big mistake here. This is the one you regret because when I look at what Toronto ended up having to give for Kawhi Leonard, again, it's got to be the Kawhi who used to be, and I'm still not sure about that, but I'm just not a DeRozan fan. And Jakob Poeltl's okay. He might be a backup center. I'm not sure he's a starting center. I just... If that's all it took, plus a protected pick from next year, which is going to be like from 20 to 30, like late first round, then Magic Johnson needs to plunge on that one because you need to maximize the best player in the game's ability to win a championship for you as a Laker. And LeBron is not getting any younger. And if you just say, oh, give him a pass this year because LeBron wants to be patient, that's where you have to save him from himself. I believe LeBron wanted effectively 1 year mentally off, where he didn't have the pressure in the East of getting to a 9th straight finals and potentially losing, to Golden State again. He just said, let me go to La La Land. Let me just have 1 year with these kids, and we'll figure it out, and we'll be pretty good. We probably won't be able to get past Golden State. But next year, then we'll make our run with Kawhi. Well, max it out because he's in year 16. Give him a chance in 16 and a chance in 17, because by 18, you're going to get diminishing returns.
Guess what happened? He saw what happened in Cleveland when they maxed it out in year 13, year 14, year 15. And when you need to move some pieces that could really help you, you have pieces nobody wants, or you don't have assets to give up to try to get something. So that's what happened. And so he also made Magic Johnson's decision a lot easier. Bro, be patient. Yeah. Let's not blow this thing up. We don't know if this thing's going to sell yet. So why blow it up before we put it on the water? So that's what he did. Magic said, okay, bro.
Yeah,
what would you have given up?
Brandon Ingram. That's the linchpin in the deal. That's the one. That's the centerpiece of that deal.
But they wanted cool.
Who knows? That's the opening bid. That's all we know.
Ain't no way. There's no way. Magic Johnson. There's no way I believe that Magic would not have traded Brandon Ingram straight up for Kawhi.
If it's just Ingram and some picks,
no
chance.
They do that. Yeah, absolutely.
As good as I like Ingram, as much as I like him, he probably will not be Kawhi.
Okay, let's do Ingram and Josh Hart. As much as I like Josh Hart,
I believe they'd have done that deal.
Who went by the way?
I believe they'd have done that deal.
Would have done that. That's the thing. The Spurs weren't going to settle for what they settled for with Toronto.
Right.
You
exactly.
know that.
I don't know that.
You do.
I don't. They might love Brandon Ingram enough to say we project him to be better than DeMar DeRozan. They might in a couple of years.
But
I think he probably will be.
Yeah.
You remember you said about the Cowboys, the reason why he sold it to Jerry Jones? Now, he could have got more money from somebody else, but he knew what Jerry had promised him to do.
He was going to fire Tom Landry.
Okay.
And he did.
And why this guy was able to buy the Carolina Panthers? Mm-hmm. He had to do what? He got to leave that statue of Jerry Richardson up front.
Okay.
So people, what you'll do in order to get something is one thing. Skip, they were not going to take no 2 picks for Kawhi and say, call it a day. They wanted max. That's why they put it out there. They didn't want Kawhi in the West, first of all.
Okay, this is just me. One day you would look back. If you had to give up Ingram and Kuzma and Josh Hart, you'd still look back on it and say, that was well worth it. Because with Kawhi, you would be doing handsprings over there with Kawhi Leonard right now.
They won a championship?
You would give yourself a chance next year to win one, and you'd pick the Lakers. If they had Kawhi Leonard right now, you'd pick them.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though, Skip. You got no depth.
I mean,
you're going to play with Kawhi. I mean,
okay, you still got Lance and Rondo and JaVale and who am I forgetting? You still got
That's still only 7 players.
Okay, well, you got all kinds of.
No. I will give you this. It's somewhat of a risk because maybe you don't get Kawhi.
Well, we might get Clay. Well, we might get Jimmy Buckets. We get somebody.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm with you. I wouldn't have done it for all that they were asking. But it is a risk for 2 reasons. Because, as you said, they might not get Kawhi. And LeBron isn't getting younger. Now, I do think he's got 2 years as certainly next year. I think he's still the best player in the world.
Okay.
The next year,
I'll give you 2 years at top, like at the top of the list.
We'll see. In year 3,
18.
we'll see.
You're 18.
That's going to be.
I said 16, 17, Skip. He gonna steal that dog.
So you think next year they going for it then?
Yeah.
I mean, you get Kawhi in that year, so his second year.
Okay, but that means all or nothing in year 17.
That's okay.
Right?
Skip, he been going all or nothing since year 10.
Oh, okay. Well,
since he got to Miami, he's been going all or nothing.
Well, he's 3-6 in the finals, so I guess he's got a lot of nothing.
No, he got a lot of threes.
What
about them MVPs?
Yeah, so MVPs, those don't count.
Yeah, they do count. Yeah, they do count.
About that.